shark hunt, and this is a fisheye view of our arrival in likely waters. On deck, we prepare for action, and obviously the prettiest member of our team is a mermaid named Valerie Hughes. She's an experienced skin diver and a mighty accurate shot with a spear gun. Well, nearly everyone's ready now, and assuming her prerogative as a lady, Valerie goes first. Among our complement is Australian champion skin diver Brian Rogers, and we're glad to have him with us. He's had a lot of contact with sharks, and we mean personal contact. The scars on Brian's leg confirm it. MOVIETONE's underwater cameraman Ron Taylor rolls our film and first up spots a couple of sand rays. A manta ray 10 feet across with his attendant suckerfish. For the newcomer down here, there are far too many rays for comfort. Here's an eagle ray on the wing. And a couple more. Valerie has her sights set on something. Let's see what it is. It's a black ray, about to have his siesta disturbed. This part of the ocean bed's too uncomfortable. He's off to have a snooze elsewhere. There's our real quarry, a whaler shark, and Valerie wastes no time getting on his tail. A vicious man-eater, over 8 feet long. Valerie scores a hit, and the whaler bursts into a panic of wildly thrashing movement, trying to free himself of the spear. So furious are the shark's struggles that it eventually bends the spear's shaft. It won't be long now before this whaler turns into the only good shark we know, a dead one. The victor and the vanquished. Nice shooting, Valerie. A final picture for the family album. But remember, it only takes one nip from a fella like this, and you're in his family album. From this spot on the ocean floor, we'd much rather be somewhere else. Even one shark is too many, but a pack of 30 is all the encouragement we need to clear Mount Everest in a single leap. But if you're game for a shark hunt with a difference, come along and meet Rodney Fox, a dedicated spearfishing champion who totes a spear gun tipped with revenge. In 1963, off South Australia, Rodney was attacked by a huge white pointer. Only a miracle saved his life. Now he searches out and kills every shark he can find. And with a .303 cartridge in his spear gun, revenge is sweet. Rodney's terrible souvenir tells its own story. Today, the tables are turned. The hunted becomes the hunter. And while Rodney's wife waits ashore, who could tell of her feelings? After such an encounter, many a man would have written the episode closed, thankful to be alive. No hastily undertaken adventure, this is a methodically planned operation. Its abiding aim, a one-man war against sharks. For the uninitiated, the underwater world can present a frightening aspect. This giant ray looks like a great submarine aircraft, but according to the experts, is rarely a dangerous creature. MOVIETONE underwater cameraman Ron Taylor takes us down to look over Rodney's target area. As we said before, the school number's 30 plus, and they look as though they're in battle formation, just waiting. One spectator looks on from a safe distance as Rodney makes his first kill. To any who might think the shark suffers agony and care about it, a direct hit means instant death. A playful seal decides this game is not for him. Meanwhile, Rodney stalks another victim. the only good shark, a dead shark. Hats off to Rodney Fox, a man on the vengeance trail. The tropical waters off Australia's eastern seaboard, and beneath them a world of colour, beauty and danger. MOVIETONE's underwater cameraman Ron Taylor takes us along with top-notch skin diver Ben Croft. And here's proof that there are more fish in the sea than have ever been caught. It certainly looks a likely spot, so Ben comes down with his spear gun. Of course, Ron's already here with his camera. There's a big ray doing his morning push-ups. He doesn't like being disturbed. To a landlubber, turtles are for soup, but Ben's taste runs more to getting a free ride. How about this for camouflage? A giant catfish. Safety in numbers seems to be the motto of this mass of baby catfish. And if that's all there is, we'll skip breakfast, thanks. Here's another ugly customer, dangerous too. A sea snake about 6 feet long whose bite can kill in seconds. Ben says they're very inquisitive and have often tried to twine themselves around him. That's an experience anyone can do without. If provoked, the sea snake won't hesitate to attack. So we agree with Ben and Ron. It's time we got out of here, but fast. Here's what happens when a prospective lobster salad enjoying a sunny stroll along the sea bottom suddenly encounters a mermaid. A mermaid you will recognize as Australian ladies spearfishing champion Valerie Taylor. The lobster, whom we'll call Percy, for no particular reason, weighs about 12 pounds, which adds up to a lot of salad. Percy eyes his new situation somewhat apprehensively. After all, for him, a boiling pot is not the ideal spot. But now, a pleasant surprise. Percy is about to become a pet. And this means a life of luxury, as you will see. First, no self-respecting lobster wears barnacles in public. Next, a thorough brush down to bring out the sheen in his shell, the part Percy enjoys thoroughly. He's probably thinking, "Oh, mummy, rub me tummy." Percy can live it up for about 2 days out of water, provided he's kept damp. So in order to have such a pet, you'll need a private swimming pool. Salt water, of course. Back home off Cronulla Beach, Percy lived in a little cave all his own. He may not care for these newfangled housing developments, but at least a fruit box is shelter from strong sunlight, which he doesn't like much at all. And now it's playtime. According to Valerie, lobsters are easily tamed and become quite friendly. These pictures taken by Val's husband, underwater champ and cameraman Ron Taylor, seem to prove the point. And that's the story of precocious Percy. So next time you have a lobster salad, just think of all the fun you're missing. Playing with sharks. That's what we said. So get a firm grip on your nerves and take a long, deep breath. Ready? First meet Ben Croft, and along with him, Ron Taylor. For these two, anywhere along the coast, there's plenty of to be had. Now everyone knows the camera doesn't lie. So Ron loads his into a self-designed waterproof casing. And as nonchalantly as getting into the bath, in they go. Being experienced divers, they know just where to look for a playmate. It's a ground shark, not very enthusiastic about extra exercise, and no wonder. There's still a trace in his mouth from a previous bout with a fisherman. The next-door neighbor turns out to be a carpet shark. Jabbing with a spear brings him out for Ron's camera. Because of camouflage, this fellow is the dread of underwater men. He's easy to step on and gives a nasty bite. Pulled any good shark's tails lately? This one's a Port Jackson, so named for his prevalence around Sydney. It's a good idea to keep your hands away from his mouth, too. A bit lazy today, so Ben sends him on his way. A school of fish just about breakfast size. Luckily, this whaler shark's had his. He's one of the most dangerous, and so are the blue pointers. Get too close at mealtime, and you're just that. Well, with Ben and Ron about, there's just no peace on the seabed. A prod from the spear sends this big nurse shark on his way. But now some harmless ones. Ah, here's old Shovelnose himself, sound asleep. And a school of leopard sharks, all 8 to 10 footers. Knock, knock. Who's there? Ben. Ben who? Been riding any good sharks lately? Quite frequently, these boys decide to bring them back alive. This leopard shark looks an ideal prospect for an aquarium. So, without much trouble, a noose is slipped over his tail. Up topside, it becomes apparent the leopard's a pretty dumb fellow. Doesn't have enough nous to get out of a noose. Finally, to round off a good day's sport, we've got a grey nurse in our sights. A beautifully streamlined 10 to 12 feet of sudden death. Armed with a powerful gas gun, Ben stalks the monster, waiting for the perfect shot. And there it is. Hit in the spine, the grey nurse dies almost instantly. And that's none too soon for us. Well, fellas, you can have this playing with sharks, although we must admit, that's the best one we've seen all day.